Hello, everyone, and welcome to the GG League Summer Valorant Elite Leagues Week 1. My name is Sam Talks. I am joined by the ever fantastic Sizz. Sizz, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing pretty fantastic. Thank you, Sam, for that wonderful introduction. And I gotta say, guess what? It's summer. People are out of
It is.
school. People have so much time in their hands. And what better way to spend time on your hands than some good old-fashioned Valorant gameplay?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it. In good old-fashioned Valorant gameplay, it's like you said, you can't go wrong with it. And in fact, since this is week 1, we are going to be having our first two teams matching up for your viewing pleasure. This is going to be from our Division A, SFU Esports Red versus Apollo Esports. So, starting off, hopefully we're going to be seeing some explosive, high-octane gameplay and action, the likes of which we've never seen before, Sizz.
I mean, word had it just a few minutes ago that there's a Radiant on the field, and don't know if
Oh,
anyone pays attention, but it's the highest rank in the game, top 500. It's not exactly the easiest feat in the world, so clearly they got some high-skilled players. So I think we can expect some crispy headshots, some great plays, and maybe even a pretty close game because I've heard that both teams have some pretty solid players. I don't think it's going to be one-sided.
yes, and that's exactly what we're hoping for here. Not one-sided, a strong start to the season is what we hear and is what we desire to see. And when it comes to Valorant, it's you mentioned crispy headshots, but there's a aspect of teamwork that comes in as well. So you may have the Radiant player in your pocket, but teamwork is the name of the game. They make you sign that contract at the beginning. This is a team game.
And that's the thing. Like you could have a Radiant on a team, but if their team doesn't work well, I don't care if he goes 40-4. There's a solid chance that they lose. Teamwork is what makes Valorant so unique, so inspirational. Because when you watch competitive play, any sort of competitive game with Valorant, it comes down to so much on how your team uses their utility. When you throw those smokes down, when you throw those lineups, those mollies, that initiator, the skydog, the summer drone, all of that comes into play. So really, raw aim is great. That talent is awesome, but eventually there comes a certain level, especially at Radiant, where it comes down to a lot more team play.
Exactly. It's how you use what is given to you and how you work with your team. Communication is so important, and that's what's going to separate teams from each other. It's when it's going to separate the top tier teams from the lower tier teams, and being able to work through that, be able to rise above all of the action is what this league is here to prove, and to see who's able to make it through all the way to the other end.
Of course, this is the Summer Elite League for a reason. This is that upper tier of divisions. So, if any of you've been watching the VCT lately, well, you might be in for a treat here too, because those comms, like you said, those comms are just so important. Your communication, all of that has to be almost picture perfect the higher up you get. So I'm curious too, we talk about a lot of the teamwork, the raw aim, all of that, but the maps too. These map plays are so huge in Valorant. Whether you're playing on Fracture, goodness gracious, please don't play on Fracture. Just a personal bias there myself, or even in a Breeze or an Icebox. Like the maps are just so different. That's what makes Valorant as an esport so fun to watch.
Exactly. And speaking of maps, we do have our maps picked out and ready to go. And we're going to be starting off on Haven, Sizz. So let's break it down. Haven, it's a big map.
It's a big map, and it's a 3-site map, which is something a unique own of its kind. Because in FPS games, you see Counter-Strike, things like that. You've always been used to 2 bomb sites. So Valorant came in, they made this map, they designed this map. They said, yeah, let's just put B straight in the middle and give an A and a C. So I mean, B is something it's not really critically used that often because of how open it is. But even then, that map, that selection, it just opens the playing field that much more. And some Haven lineups that these teams run, it's crazy seeing the comps that you can have on this map.
Yeah, and it's like you said too, it's a 3-site map. Being able to pick whichever one can really throw the defending team onto the back burner, especially when you go try and decide what you want to do. And now we're going to take a look at the agent select here real quick. And I'm going to be honest, it's pretty typical composition that we're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, goodness, they walked in so fast. They're ready for that. A breach, a KO, a chamber. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Omen, you know, coming in. Omen's been wrecking a lot for the high agent picklets lately due to those nerfs coming in for Viper. Neon, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Neon gameplay up at that level that really makes me stand out for that character, but who knows? You know, it's interesting every time, in my opinion, when I don't see a team pick a Jet. So, I mean, hey, a Neon versus a Neon. I mean, it could be good. It could be good.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, Neon, you're able to throw in the fast lane that can give your team a chance to be able to push onto the point, especially when you have that Haven site where B is. You can use that to cut off and choose whether or not you want to go to A or B. It's interesting decisions. I have seen a couple of times the way that Neon can work on this map, and I like what I saw with it. But it's like you said, it's something that we don't typically see, and you usually have a Jet on either one of these teams. So not seeing Jet, that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a lot of fun here.
Not really interesting. Look over there. A Sova and a Breach for SFU. So the entry power for this team is going to be pretty solid. And we see it here because they're already set up for the C side. They're stacked on. They're going to freewheel here.
Absolutely pushing on to point right away. Nothing to stop them. Holding strong. Right off the bat, we have a quick pick onto Darian. We have Ty waiting to see if anybody else is going to swing around that corner. Going to hit with the concussion. And that is the power of Neon that we're waiting and expecting to see here. Back moving over onto Mitchell. Let's see. Recon darts. Doesn't give them any information. Flash right into the point. And a quick pick from Rux. They try to get on there, but it's... Ooh, we have the 1v1. The crowd is going to be coming out on top with that. And attackers.
Oh, plus no overlay.
1 point up. SFU, 1 point up.
You gotta be careful too. They had such a good retake there in that position, but guess who didn't check the corner right as they swung out of garage on the seaside? Glow was waiting patiently, so that's 2 plays now from the Neons coming out. What are you talking about them? Maybe they heard us there calling them out, wondering how they play, but surely they're showing off strong here. 2 and 3 kills to start off, but no, a pretty basic, well-executed seaside take from SFU. Pretty standard on a pistol round. It looks like they're gonna stack up towards it with that Killjoy lurking towards garage again. Solid take again, see if they can do it again.
Yeah, right there, see? Go in straight away with the fast lane. Attack anyone who exists. You swarm the site, don't give the defenders any chance to breathe. That's exactly what's happening here. The smokes with Darian on the back burner. And a quick little molly just to push them off as Abe is the headshot kill onto Puppy. So the teams have tied back up and it's stalled out here. It's Apollo, they're looking for their chance to get back on point.
Yeah, it's a major stall right now. Bomb down, but only so much time for Apollo to retake. I see Rox just getting so much HP taken out. Alright, what can you do? I mean, they're so low. 2 fall down. Ty gets trimmer. Doesn't even matter. Rux is good for 1. That's about all you can ask for, but beautiful shot from Ty. I don't know how he lived.
I don't know how he lived either. Even hit with the concussion. It is insane. That was beautifully well done from Ty. Managed to get a triple kill to close it out. And the economy is looking so strong for SFU. Even if they were to stumble here and have a little bit of a downturn, it's going to go well for them. Apollo, they still, though, on their, for a bright side for them, still have access to rifles.
And that's the key, you know, that second round, you lose the first one, they force up. Now you can actually play the game. This is that key important rifle. This is your money round. You've got to go all in and take this one out. And we see they're leaning towards the A side, but look, Apollo, 3 stacked right now, playing patiently. They have so much utility to work with. The smokes come down, but I mean, it's going to be a dangerous take.
Dangerous take indeed. As they finally have the chance to get on there. Glow thought they were safe, but they were not. And one after another, members of SFU Esports are feeling the pain. Rux swinging in from behind, takes out Jahoon with a quick headshot. Puppy, you're walking through into your death, my friend. And there you have it, the 3 cap, the 3K. And Apollo gets their first round on the board. SFU Esports still in the lead by 1, but that was a good hold from Apollo. And I think having the chance to be able to have most of your team on one site really helped them out here.
I said it was the money round, and they sure got the check in the bank after that one. Beautiful hold, beautifully executed, very patient play, and we saw as soon as that entry came in, instant pick off. So that A take, SFU going to be second guessing if they really want to try that again. We see them playing the default here, just looking for picks, playing that basic spot, 1 towards C, 2 to garage, and 2 to A. That's really key, especially on such a large spread out map, is to keep the defense guessing.
Yeah, Glow hit with the suppress. That's going to get the information out. And they're going to hold their position right here. And it's like you've been saying, they're spread out, trying to find an angle that they want to go for here for SFU. Meanwhile, Apollo is the same right now as well. It's not the aggressive push that we saw on the first 2 rounds, especially now that the rifles are in play. This is where the danger really does come in as SFU rotates full team onto C.
Well, their initial C touches were pretty good. Their starts, so I don't think I'm not surprised seeing them, but they're gonna go straight into smoke. Gotta be careful pushing out. They realize that they're just waiting for that to fall down. The Silver Dart's gonna come in and look at the execution. The utility, they're so good. They're playing so well, but they did check the corner again. Where's Martada and Darian gets in? Good for 2, Darian, my word.
1 enemy remaining.
On
Spike down, C.
Taking the high ground advantage, and 2 ends it off with a 3rd kill headshot onto Glow. It was good patience from Apollo. SFU, they were all going up on that C long adventure. Sure, they had the fast lane, but they didn't check the corners, and that's what you have to do in Valorant. The score is tied back up 2-2, and where Apollo was on the back foot with the pistol rounds, they've come to fruition here in these rifles. Now that they have a better economy, they can work around this a little bit more, and we're starting to see ultimates popping up on board for both teams.
So important that you check those corners. It's really the only rule of Valorant. FPS games in general, not even, but see the early aggression too. But oh my goodness, the utility coming down. What can you do with your crowd? There's nothing you can do there.
Stuck in a corner, you're getting hammered from all in by all the utility. Glow pops that ultimate, and there you have it. Rux is gonna be feeling that static electricity in the morning. Drone to go in, finds Darian, and that is the end of that. Thankfully, Abe is going to trade it out onto Glow, which is gonna be a huge pick for Apollo, taking out that ultimate. And Ty is gonna be going out of that. Look at that double kill from Martada from the window. Puppy has the frenzy in hand, but it's going wide, doesn't do what it wants it to. And Apollo takes the lead now, 3-2.
I was sitting there thinking, I was wondering, as Puppy, do you know that they're so low? Abe was 30 HP. I was expecting the shock dart to come out, and it just never came out. But nonetheless, not too bad of an economy round. You got a few kills. You did have to use that ultimate, though. Nothing crazy you lost, but now you've given up 3 rounds in a row to Apollo. They are looking strong on the defensive side of things. Rotations, crisp. They're playing well. The communications are there. And the SFU, they got to start checking their corners.
Now Apollo also, I believe have used their tour de force is out on the field. So going into that C long side is going to be dangerous, especially for that player who's cheekily making their way over. And look at that crown. Oh, but you weren't paying attention. Ty was able to take advantage of that and headshot you right in the face, taking out the tour de force and get the spike plant.
Spike plant with a free side, the long plant comes out, and SFU, I think they know a few lineups because everyone is going straight back to C long. Now it's gonna come down to the retake. Low picks off Darian. Rux gets the trade, but instantly traded out again by June. Now it's 2v4.
Abe holding this C garage, not wanting to let anybody through. They know that there are SFU esports enemies out there, but the retake has to happen. They need to go back on the side as it ticks down. That spike needs to be disarmed, and now it's the one and only Crown finishing us off. And we are tied once again, 3-3. This is the action that we were hoping for here, Sis. This is a good first match to start off the league this summer.
As I say, about as close as you could really ask for right now. Trading blows, trading rounds, and maybe not trading grounds, because on that C-long play, Ty just at the split second, the timing was perfect. Artada looked back, thought that Owen was going to stay with the teleport, said, oh, nope, never mind. Got backed into a corner, didn't look, and just like that, SFU said they needed to recuperate, and they did just that. So this next round starts off. It looks like early aggression on the side.
by the recon bolt, and that is going to be the juicy information needed to help SFU Esports push in on that little fault line. And Hunter's Fury is going to take Abe out for almost all of their health. Dangerous right there. It does get Mitchell. And now it's a tied up, sorry, one down for SFU Esports, but Apollo had to watch out for their Neon. They're looking low, especially with that Hunter's Fury that did so much damage here. Now SFU, they're trying to decide where they want to go here. They're trying to decide what they want to do. They don't even have Spike in their possession.
Might want to grab that. Might want to grab it. Look at the aggression from Abe down A. He knows that if they're going to rotate, but they're pushing up towards B, and there's 2 on B side. Of course, that Shroud comes in. Rux. Oh, goodness. Gotta be careful there. Sitting in the smoke. Not going to get caught out, but that's 2 on B. That's something you rarely see, and I think SFU, they try to hit B here. They're going to be completely off guard.
They're making that rotation onto C long
30
now.
seconds left.
They got to be careful. Got to make sure to check their corners. It's going slow. They have less than 30 seconds on the clock, so pace has to be picked up here. Puppy going in through C garage, looking around, making sure to check the corners, not getting caught off guard this time around. But Artada is going to be the one to hang out there. The trademark destruction is going to give them the information that they need. Hits that rendezvous. 2-3 to hold and save this C site. That is what you want for your chamber.
Well, Artada said, last time you caught me lacking, no chance it happens again. Great awareness in garage, completely read the play, got the 1 pick, went back and said, well, you know, I'm just going to keep peeking. All you need to do, 3v1, easy peasy. Exactly like you said, what you want from your chamber. So now, SFU, maybe getting caught on the reading a little bit. They keep going back to that C side after early aggression somewhere else. I think Apollo's caught on, so maybe switch up here as they are kind of going back to that default, but they're leaning more towards that A side. You see Mitchell.
Oh, look at that.
This is something he's doing. He's got to flash out. He's got the play. Does he have the timing, though?
All members of Apollo were on C side. Now I think they're starting to recognize that A is the name of the game. Still 3 holding that area. Never mind, they're gonna hold. They're gonna stay right there. 2 members of Apollo defending A, all by their lonesomes. But the flashbang from Mitchell could be the deciding factor here as we are stalled out. And there we go. The engagement has happened. Mitchell, 2 right off the bat. That is a huge victory for Apollo there. Just a swing around the corner, even though they were it was beautifully well done. Hit with the fault line now. They're all by themselves. Artada with another headshot.
How is he alive? How are you alive after so much? Artada, my goodness, calm down. Someone heard him because, good lord, the plays from him. Now it's a 3v1. Jihoon has the rolling thunder, but I mean, he got 30 seconds. He's rotating to the C side, but Artada, my goodness, talk about putting in money for your work. What a player.
2 members of Apollo were able to almost take out SFU Esports single-handedly. The only person left alive now is Jihoon. And if that's not faith in your team, then I don't know what is. But they have to move quickly. The clock is ticking down with less than 10 seconds. They got to do it now. Otherwise, they're not going to have enough time to plant the spike. And there we are. Planting it down, putting it
Spike
and
planted.
letting it happen. And it looks like they're going to try go for the repeat here. The flash onto Darian, but they jump around into a headshot. Look at that. So well done. The distraction from Neon is all they needed to close it out.
That was beautifully played there. 3v1, early aggression, gets a pick early on. The flash too, but the turn, the plays there from Abe and Darian on the back end, the retake, wonderfully executed. So SFU, my goodness, they got shut down by Artada on C, and they turned right around and got shut down by Artada again on A. Just like that, the combo, that KO combo in chamber on A short, absolutely beautiful. I gotta copy that in my ranked games.
Right, I need to learn this technique so I can finally climb my way out of cardboard 7, Sis.
I'm right behind you at cardboard 9, but we don't have to worry about that because we're focusing on these players who right now are playing on just another level. Speaking of another level, they're trying to entry into this. Oh, got a little bit of a whiff, but just like.
just slightly. They come out with their lives, so that's going to be huge. Below, not taking any chances here. Immediately playing spike onto B, pushing in. Artada trades it out. 1 for 1. Mitchell sees that, claps back. Puppy's gone. Throwing the flashbang over the roof onto B. Maybe see if they can catch anybody out and uncoordinated. His Crown likes to hold that corner position that they've always held onto. Swings back around, finds nobody, but that B mid window is going to be dangerous for whoever decides to go that way on the side of SFU. And we have, oh, the feet! Fault line right into the rolling thunder is going to put Darian on the back foot. 2 for 1. Mitchell is holding the ground, but Jahoon whips out the classic and shows them that you got to respect this pistol, my friend.
I had to take a second look there because I thought Darian was just going to get a completely free defuse, and then, of course, never mind. The Rolling Thunder came out beautifully executed there. So SFU, a very fast B take, which we mentioned that at the beginning of the broadcast. That third side that isn't utilized too often so far in Valorant was utilized pretty well, I feel like, and they held it. The post plant was splendid, and that's why you play Breach, because it is so difficult to defuse that bomb with a Breach alive.
And it looks like our good pals at SFU have decided that, hey, we want to go for C. We haven't done it in a while. Let's see if we can throw them on the back burner here. The recon drone, fault line to open up, and that's going to be huge for them. There is the fast lane. Go as quickly as you possibly can. Glow hit with the concuss, but no one to take advantage of that. Gets the headshot into Darian. It looked like they were not going to get that, but the flick over there was going to be good as Ruck's going to find 3. And Abe now on their own ultimate. Clean up here for Apollo as poor Ty all alone tried to go up B mid and is gonna find the Fury. Didn't look through that corner, and a swing and a miss. Flashbang. Ty gonna have to back out. We can see if they can find someone. Oh, gets a clean pick on the Ty. They're so low on health though, and they're suppressed. 24 HP. Artada, if it's gonna be anyone, it's gonna be them. They're gonna push in on this. Gonna wait for it. No need to do it right now. Just wait out the time.
Oh, the bomb's stuck in that corner on C. 2 players heading into garage. 24 HP in a dream. I've seen it before, but Dreamer's got a dream. If you want to get this one, gotta fake out going to C long, but
That's smart.
oh, it's really smart. Does he have
30 seconds
Apollo
left.
through there? Still plenty of time. Maybe 28 seconds. That bomb is down. They're camping bomb. I think he realizes, but he has those 2 swarm grenades if he wants to use them.
Let's see what they decide to do here. Still holding on to that rifle, but Artada goes around the corner. Headshot, closes it out. Done. Get out of here. Thank you for coming.
I really love those plays from Abe with that. People don't appreciate how difficult it is to shoot a moving neon with lightning shooting out of their fingers coming straight at you. It's so difficult in an FPS game when they are just running around like that. That's why neon can be a very good character to play, and I was maybe dissing on it earlier. Forgive me, because getting so much work out of the ultimate is Abe, and it paid off for him. So now Apollo 6-4, and if you can go up 8-4 on defensive side on Haven, your chances look pretty good.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Apollo has just been playing so immaculately right now, but do have one person concussed by the fault line. Good damage coming through for Apollo as Abe has to dash sprint out of there just to save themselves. And the commitment on the team, they've decided to split push from A long and A tunnels. The Killjoy ultimate is gonna put them on the back burner here for just a split second. Fast lane is up. They gotta make sure that they don't get caught in it, otherwise it's gonna be a little bit juicy. There we go. Apollo being cognizant of it. One player detained, and it's gonna get them the push that they need to plant that spike. Game's gonna take Heaven. The recontest is about to happen.
Gotta go.
Loads down. So many players in Heaven. They're gonna dive shell. A the dash gets 1. What a play! The 2 the trade.
What is this? What? Insane plays from Mitchell, Darian, and Ruck. The defuse. They jump from Heaven right down onto them. The flash was good, and it was destructive for SFU Esports. Apollo is now 7-4.
Last round.
I've never seen so many players jump out of A Heaven at once on a retake and make it look so good. My word, that was so well executed.
There was no
the last
hesitation.
man, there was no hesitation. I mean, they just jumped full send everything. Why not? They weren't scared at all, and it paid off. I mean, 10-10 retake on A site, beautifully executed. Now SFU though, they've given up these last rounds where they've had the bomb down, they've had a side or close to it. They really want to be good for one here, because like I said, going down 8-4 when you're attacking on the side map, very difficult.
Oh, good first pick on the Mitchell. That's going to be huge.
Cannot use that.
As this gives them the opportunity to push right in, and it looks like B is going to be the name of the game here, but they got to make sure their flanks are covered. You can see it right now. Members of Apollo are making their way through, keeping the corners checked. Artada is, but the entire team is, one thing happens here. One kill, two. There's the third one on board. No, but still taking out 2 for 1. That is a good deal as any. The bargain bin Artada is happening.
Cover going out.
My goodness, Artada. So many highlight reels so far in this game. We're still in the first half of this.
What?
One enemy remaining.
What?
Puppy flicked. What was that? Someone check the PC. That was so just
Spike planted.
into the smoke. Didn't even see them, but had the faith in the shot, and that's what they needed. But the Rolling Thunder didn't look like it found anybody, and now they need to make this push all by their lonesome. No smokes to cover them, and it's gonna be easy pickings here for SFU.
Good luck is all I can say here. I mean, you shoot the Silva dart out, but it's a 1v3 with all of them playing long, and the Hunter's Fury comes out. You're running out of time. The fault line maybe get something going here. You've got to push them, but everyone is playing an off angle. Gets one, but Ty, of course, he's there for the trade, and that shot from Poppy, I'm still cleaning my eyeglasses off, trying to figure out what I just saw was right, because what? What?
What indeed? That quick flick headshot kill. It was like they knew. It was like they had everything open and were able to see exactly where they were. It was insane gameplay. Now, though, we have switched sides, so that means Apollo is going to be the ones pushing on to these sites. So let's see how the name of the game changes here. SFU Esports looks like they're going to hard stack on a C long.
Very peculiar play. I kind of like it because they're fully committing in their faith and their aim, their trust. They are so stacked, and it's only Artada back there. But then again, Artada has done so well in these situations before. But look at the utility coming out. Are they gonna check the corner though? Gonna go for it. Glow though picks off Artada. It's so hard to fight that frenzy.
It is. Couldn't hit the shots with the headhunter, and it's so unfortunate to have that happen. But we have seen just how deadly these pistol rounds can be, and Crown is going to come out on top of that against Abe. It's a 3v4 Apollo on the back burner, but at least they are on site now with the spike. Looks like the front line just a little bit too wide. And Ty is going to find Rux. Traded out. Crown gets the kill. And SFU Esports walks right on the point, walks right onto C site, defuses that spike.
I'm just gonna say, I think SFU's really practiced a lot on C on offense and defense because they just look so good. Every time that they're in a situation they need to take the side, whether it's playing the bomb or defusing the bomb, it's been well executed. I know it was a 4v3 situation, but still perfectly executed. That fault line was just a little bit off. I'm not gonna lie, I swear it was hitting on my screen, but I suppose not. But nonetheless, 7-6 now, Sam, and well, it still stays about as close as we expected. And if things go out, the script stays true, I really expect SFU to win here because they all have SMGs.
And those SMGs are going to help them out immensely here. Apollo, they look strong on the defense side, but the fault line there is going to put Glow. See, the Spectre already coming in strong, already coming in huge. Now Apollo needs to figure out what they want to do. They're down one. A push here has just gone out the window. Are they going to be committing to that, or are they going to decide maybe swing back over to C? Crown is going to, well, crown Artada with a quick bullet to the face. And now Apollo down 2. Still no push, still no decisions where they want to go. And it looks like he's going to be C going in through garage. They're going to have to watch out for Ty holding that window.
This is a very hard situation to be in. You've got the Killjoy utility and Ty, not the lone Killjoy here. They're there with the utility, just holding garage. All 3 players are all gonna walk through the swarm, and that's about as much as you could hope for. Killjoy defending,
And look
push the third. Why not? Why not? Just do it to him, Ty. Go ahead.
That was unfortunate on the side of Apollo. They get a little bit too cocky wanting to walk through that, and it's like we said, Ty is covering that angle. They knew you've abandoned A site, come back over to C site, go into the garage. Guess what? Swarm grenade takes out your entire team, and then yeah, just clean up after that from Ty with a nice triple kill to cap it off. 7-7 now.
And we saw this earlier too, when Apollo got the rifles and FSU had the SMGs and stuff from their force round, their buy round rather. They won it pretty handedly. So I'm curious to see on the offensive side of things. Well, okay, hey, make me shut up with an early pick on the garage side.
Early pick indeed, and it looks like Artada wants to go for the flank route once again onto B side. Ooh, finds Ty, pings them for half of their health, but the Storm Grenade is gonna stall that push out from them for just a second longer. But they know, I think they know that Puppy's coming this way. Gets the drone, and now Puppy has that sweet information to stop that shock dart onto B mid. But Artada is not one to give up easily. Gets a headshot, and Spike is planted on B.
Something I'm a little bit surprised about with the rifle to take B side, but right now it's working well. Rux gets another one on the side. Jehoon falls, Ty 40 HP in the smoke, gets timing by Artada. Crown is good for one, maybe good for two, and Crown putting in work here. Really, as much as you could hope for, maybe getting a third, and the economy boost, it could be huge for them. They take 2 rifles out, they take a third one out. What?
It was a tough order to ask to take out 5 members of Apollo by yourself, but still though, 3, that's pretty good. I gotta give it to them there. That is good on the side of Crown.
It's how, I mean, they're gonna buy the rifles still here. Abe, I don't know if they're gonna request to get this or not. The timeout is happening here by Darian, so I'm not entirely sure why, but well, I mean, give us more time, Sam, to talk about the situation that's been going on here.
Yeah, and looking at the all chat, it looks like Apollo might be suffering from a slight technical issue, maybe some lag. But regardless, it's like you said, we get a chance to talk about what's happening here. And Apollo, they seem to be a little bit on the back burner for attack here on Haven. And SFU Esports has been kind of immaculate here so far. But now we're starting to get into the rifle rounds, and that's where Apollo has shown they have their real strengths. Once you get a rifle in your hand.
Yeah, that's something we've seen twice now, where we wanted to know how Apollo was going to react once they get the rifles, and they've pretty well delivered both times. So now I'm kind of wondering if you're SFU, you know, you've gotten up after you had the Spectres, the SMGs, you lose the rifle round. Crown obviously was good for those 3 kills. That's great, that's fantastic, but kills aren't round wins. You gotta start getting these round wins. You can't give them up this fast. Apollo 8-7 on defense, and right now the way they've been playing defense, I'm pretty confident in the way they're playing as a team. So I think SFU really got to start looking more into the strategy side of things. And speaking of, looks like a lot of utility coming on the A side.
Straight into a fault line. Rux gets the early pick onto Glow down in that little tunnel area on A. Now Apollo has options open up to them. Artada likes to hold this angle right here. Puppy just walks into it. Barely looking away for just a split second, but now Artada, 11 HP. You sneeze in his direction, they're probably gonna feel that in the morning.
Yeah, just slightly, but I mean, hey, 11 HP, you're still up, and he could get another timing on the B side. They haven't been looking at this side of things, and it's actually a little shocking because Artada's done this several times now, just kind of lurking, looking for that pick. He could get timing by the Omen, but right now in a 5v3 scenario, they've pulled the rotate. Now they're going over to the C side, and there's no one there. There's no one there.
Yeah, and it looks like they're using one member from Apollo to try and bait out the rest of SFU Esports while they push on to C long. Crown is the only one there hiding in a corner, looking and waiting for whomever they can get. Rux right in front of them. Oh my goodness! Swings out, gets 2, gets 3! That is what you want, Crown. That is what you need. They're able to hold that as the spike is down on C. Artada and Neon had to make their way back over.
Well, it looked like a great setup. Artada, though, 11 HP will make Crown pay for that. There's 1% CTA. Trying to get this timing. He's going to check logs. Ty, good for 1. Not going to check it at all. That corner comes into play, and SFU take the round right out of Apollo's hand.
I think we have to talk to the coaches and let them know that corner checking is pivotal to this game, because I think that's the 4th time we've seen it now that I think they get a little bit too excited, want to go in as quickly as they can, and that corner has just been the death of many players so far on both sides for Apollo and SFU.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Maybe that did hit Radiant is just not checking your corners. Maybe that's a strat. Maybe that's what's honestly been holding me back so far here, Sam. But holding back is SFU.
You want to play?
Where was that the whole time? Where was that play? Those plays from SFU on that retake. It was gorgeous, well executed. Puppy, nice shot, great awareness. Can't get the second one on Darian. So Oh, they're gonna have full garage control, but back on the seaside, they're ready for this. McGlow gets shot through the smoke.
Oh, Crown gets it's trade for trade right now, but SFU is gonna be the one on the back burner. Apollo pushes in. The only person left alive is gonna be Ty. They have to make this push now onto C, but they're being patient as the spike is planted. They have only so much time to work with. Not only on top of that, they have to go in through the smoke. Spike is planted. Now we're gonna see what Ty is gonna pull out here, or if they just elect to save, maybe hold on to the weapons that they have.
I don't think that's ever a bad option. Something you see a lot more in Counter-Strike, let alone Valorant, but definitely not a bad idea. We see, yeah, Ty's gonna go all the way back over to that A side, and Apollo, honestly, well played on the C side there. They knew that SFU had control on the garage, popped the molly too. They knew they had full garage control, and they just said, yeah, we're just gonna sit on site, wait for them to come out. They funneled pretty much directly into their guns, and it paid off pretty well.
Hang on pretty well here is exactly what Apollo is wanting for in order to take the lead. Spike is about to go off, and that is going to put them at the 9-8 marker. Ty, though, manages to survive, be the only survivor for SFU, gets a hold onto a nice little weapon that they picked up. And now, it's going to be a little bit on the back burner for SFU as they need to try and claw back some lost ground. It's not a lost hope just yet. 9-8 is pretty neck and neck still, but we are starting to approach the end of this first game.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of getting into a situation where it's like we keep trading blows. SFU takes one, Apollo takes one, SFU takes one. But the problem if you're an SFU fan is Apollo's up one round. So if you keep following that line, you're going to end up taking the game out. And oh my goodness, look at that early aggression from Glow. Didn't even give me time to talk about it. They're so fast on that, but I think the awareness comes out now. They're going to back up. But again, they get so much information from that.
Yeah, I think they want to try and use overwhelming force in order to throw off Apollo, but unfortunately for them, it was just too little too much, and good. Even though they had their ultimate up and ready to go, it was good sort of holding back. And sorry, I said their ultimate, but it was just good holding back from them to wait there. Spike is planted onto A side. Apollo down one. Ty is going to be holding heaven. You have to take this swing carefully here. Be careful, because Abe is holding that, holding down below.
The jump from heaven. My goodness, Ty. Look at that. I don't think anyone expected that to come out. Mitchell is, oh my god, what is he gonna do here? 1v5. Not much you can do. Rux is good for 2, but finally he falls down, and wow. SFU, that retake on A. Everyone just is great at the A retake from heaven, apparently.
It's just no hesitation. They were able to use their teammates to their advantage, go in with a flash, jump down, and take them out. Get out of here. Don't you think that you can hold this A site? Now, Sizz, I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again. We're tied. Once again.
Not keeping track of how many times this happened, but it's definitely been a few times. Definitely can confirm that. And we see the economy for Apollo. It looks like they're actually going to buy here. Forcing out. I don't know if that's really necessary. I guess they're playing off those 3 rifles. The Bulldog, obviously, for X with light armor, and Abe, the lone stander. Actually, gets the Bulldog taken. So, the early Hunter Spirit from Poppy gets the initial hit. Can't get that final kill, though. That dash comes out from Artada, but still.
It could be huge. That could be so huge for them. But Artada, they love going on this B point, and they're going to do it again. One after another, holding that angle. The smokes are going to delay that for just a second here. Jahoon, they're wanting to peek. You can feel that they want to peek. But a nice double from Puppy. Clap right back, and it's a trade for trade. We're 2v2 once again. Fault line out on the field, but Crown is in a safer position. And Apollo needs to figure out where they want to go. Is Glow going to be the one to win that one? Indeed, they are. The knife was out for Rug. Can't get back to your weapon in time. And now Darian is going to clap back onto Crown, and it's a 1v1. People not looking in the right places. That is going to hurt you. Darian has the spike, though, and they are going to plan. This is going to put SFU to an awkward position. Yeah, you got to push in on that now. It's a Neon versus an Omen.
It's going to be so crucial on which angles you check. There's about 1 million of them, so you got to just really get a prediction here. Speaking of a prediction,
oh my goodness!
Glow the timing on... What?
What? You missed the shots went wide.
Darian, though. I mean, my goodness. The initial whiff from Glow, but the flick, he had to broke his hand for that one.
Oh my word, that was edge of your seat tension right there. Glow had the drop, but the shots, they didn't connect. Darian, like you said, probably has to go see a wrist doctor now for that flick. That was juicy. Gets the headshot kill, wins the round, brings Apollo to 10 on that scoreboard. That is ridiculous.
Gotta go.
Wow. The amount of times that I've said what, just from pure surprise or shock of what has happened from these plays. Speaking of Glow, this is a nice spot with the shorty trying to be good for one. The flashes come in and look at that, right into it. That's all you need. All you ever try to do with the shorty is be good for one. And he got a gun from it.
And Neons are lighting up the board as the clapback does happen from Apollo. And now we're waiting to see where they decide to go. And it looks like they're committing onto this A site push. They have a couple of options. Push in with the fault line. Try to figure out where you want to go from there. Oh, Ty. They wanted to go come down the stairs and feel good about themselves, but guess what? You have a
One enemy remaining
that likes to play around places, and it's our favorite tactic. Once again, Sis, the jump from heaven to get the kill.
That's ridiculous what's been going on. And speaking of ridiculous, Crown, you're really gonna have to make a ridiculous play with the judge if you expect to win this. And I don't think that they're really wanting to attempt this. Maybe look for a few exits. It's about all you can do. But now Apollo is about to go up 11-9. SFU's economy kind of lacking. Obviously, we see the judge from Crown, but the offense has been good right now. If this keeps going on, SFU, they've got to make a change, and it's kind of do or die at this point.
They don't have much time left either. The decision to go in on that is going to be bold on their move. Crown, though, I don't even think they're able to get off maybe 3 shots before Rux responds back with a wall bang to the face. Apollo is furthering that lead of theirs, 11-9. SFU Esports are kind of struggling, especially into this economy that they're going into. And Apollo, they're looking strong right now, and this is going to be a deciding factor as we go into what could potentially be our match point.
I think these situations that SFU keeps finding themselves in is Apollo shows some early aggression. They leave a lurker somewhere just holding a different site. He gets a kill or two, and SFU is stuck in a very difficult retake. They've got to start being more aware of that map, even maybe try to get more map control, because look at them right now. There's a free A site. There's a completely free A site. So much space given off to them. I don't know if they're going to try to hit this here, but I mean, I don't know if you want to give a team like Apollo that much space to work with on a site.
It's too juicy for them to want to do this. But Apollo, it seems like they want to try and commit to the C site take. But Apollo has set up all of their defenses there. But they could be wisening up and pushing back over onto A. It's like a prediction that just came true here, Sis. They have no fear. They have no one to stop them. No defense. No one to prevent that spike. And Artada has taken a couple of pot shots into the corner. They're going to back off, play it safe, and readjust back around. And there we have it. Quick A-side plant. And now it's on SFU to retake.
They've got the Rolling Thunder, and they've got the Lockdown. That's about the 2 best ultimates you could ask for retake. But what can you do when Artada is just lurking? Speaking of the Rolling Thunder, it's gone. You don't have it. It's not in your arsenal anymore.
But now we have the Killjoy ultimate. Onto the field, Puppy swings in, finds a headshot. Now they're looking as they hit, they're concussed. But even through the concussion, they still get 1 headshot. Fast lane is up. Puppy popping off. Oh, but the flash. Puppy gets the 3rd kill through the smokes. 4th. Can they get the 5th? Is this going to be the ace? But it's going to be against Artada. This is going to be huge. They're able to, not able to clutch it. And Artada is going to be the one to clutch it instead. Holding strong for Apollo as we go into match point.
A 4K from Artada and a 4K from Puppy. My goodness, what a series of events there. Artada gets 1 in the lurk, doesn't decide to go A main, says, I'm going to keep lurking, goes into the spawn, kills the lockdown, gets another one, gets a 3rd, gets the 4th, and the bomb goes off. So now, SFU, look at that. 2 Spectres, a Sheriff, a Judge, and 1 Rifle. But hey, they still got 4 ultimates, and if you ever needed an ultimate, might just be now.
Might just be now indeed. Quick fast lane onto B side. Puppy Flash gonna back off. Stay safe here. Jahoon goes to the smoke. And Apollo abandoning the idea of wanting to go in on that B side. Both Neon Ultimates. I think this is a lightning battle. I'm pretty sure I saw this in Star Wars at one point. Lightning flying everywhere, but Glow is gonna be the one to take out Artada. Mitchell clapping back, Puppy with a nice Hunter's Fury onto Mitchell. SFU are the ones in the lead right now, numbers-wise. Artada is taken off the board, and that's gonna be a big pick. Still, though, onto the C side. Spike hasn't been planted yet, and Darian playing it safe, waiting and deciding when they want to use this.
I think Darian playing a lot of time, just trying to play the mind game, make them think that they're rotating over to A. Very, very big mental plays going on right now. They're taking Garage Crawl, but oh goodness, Jahoon waiting with the Spectre. That close range can come in clutch. They're both jumping in. They didn't check the left corner, and just like that, right into the gun barrel. SFU, they stay alive here, but they're still on match point.
SFU, that has to be the morale boost that they needed, especially a big economy boost that they needed. And Apollo, they're gonna take this round a second to breathe here, to reestablish control of their own economy. Going classics, we have a couple of shares and 2 frenzies on top of that. Meanwhile, SFU Esports, they are going full send, not holding anything back. Because you can't hold anything back on match point. You have to play perfect. Abe gets caught, unfortunately, in the fault line. It's gonna stop them for a second here, but this might be the bait that they need to give Artada the second to set up here and begin their lurking push. And hopefully SFU Esports has realized this, but the tour de force is now in their hands, and we had to watch out for Artada because that's gonna be deadly.
I think they're purely playing off the hope that Artada gets one, and well, there you go. Gets one, and still staying on this. They can't get that gun, though, so they really, really want to hope to get another pick here. A complete A-site clear here. Abe going fully in with the Frizzy still alive, getting rid of all the Killjoy utility. Look at that, the rotation starts. What a shot! My goodness, Artada has been popping
quick
off.
Flick. Crown don't do it. Crown wants to, but there it is, the third on the board. They tried. They wanted to get that swing, but when Artada, the top fragger of the match so far, has you in their sights, there is no escape as Abe gets a headshot kill. Glow trying to prove that they're the better Neon against Abe, gets one. But now it's a 1v4, and it's going to be a tough call here. They're suppressed, and now the information is out that they are there. Ooh, they saw Mitchell. Little robo legs, but Mitchell's the one who's gonna be closing out this match for us. Apollo going up 1 in this series, 13-10.
I mean, that's gotta purely go down to Artada, right? That's gotta be Artada. He got a 4K on that retake where it looked like SFU's gonna get all of the ultimates down, completely wiped out the team, turns right around when his team is on an eco round. It says, yeah, I'll just pick them all off. One by one, just like that.
Artada, yeah, 100%. They were a literal force of nature as they just continuously pushed in over and over again, whether it was coming up from behind, being the flanker extraordinaire, getting a quick 4K to close out a round, or you put a tour de force in their hands. They were able to use it twice. The first time, unfortunately, they didn't get anything out of it. They were a little bit distracted, but now they were able to, in that match point, close it out, even when they were in that econ round. It was Artada MVP of that matchup, 100%.
And just like that, it's 1-0 now for Apollo off of a great performance from Artada. For sure, MVP of that. We mentioned the teamwork comes into play, but that raw aim, that raw talent of some of these players, it just shows off sometimes. It showed off for Artada, a close one. But hey, Sam, it's not done yet. Not quite done yet.
Not quite done yet, indeed. Meanwhile, guys, we're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Coming off an explosive first win, we are going to be going into our next matchup here soon, Sizcast. But welcome back, everyone, to the GG Leagues of Valorant Elite Summer Leagues for week 1. It was insane, honestly. Insane game. It was pretty much neck and neck for the most part, and I'm going to be honest with that.
It was neck and neck. A fabulous series, and unfortunately, I always hate to be the bearer of bad news, Sam, but I got some here because game number 1 was issued a forfeit to Apollo because of an accidental tech pause that happened. It was very unfortunate. Slip up of a button, it loses that, but doesn't take away from the great gameplay they had, and the series still isn't over. It falls to them being down 1-0, but they can still take the next 2 games, so it's not over yet. Not over yet.
Is not over yet, indeed. A small speed bump onto their path to victory. Now we are moving on to our next map though, Sizz, and that is going to be the lovely Ascent.
This by far my favorite map in Valorant. I love the way that it's orientated. The middle is just big enough to make it a viable option, and I really love chamber play. So Adatata, if it goes back on chamber this round, I'd love to see it. But Ascent, we had Haven, which a lot of players are very iffy on. Ascent is probably, in my opinion, the most highly rated maps in Valorant right now. And hey, look at that. We got a chamber, but it's by Abe. Neon Wonder switched to chamber for this one.
And Artada is the one who's going to be playing the Jet this time around, so maybe use their fragging potential in order to allow them to push in on point more. Because as we all know, Jet really benefits from a player who is able to get the frags.
I mentioned that last round, not having a Jet last series, rather, and now we get a Jet, so I'm happy there because I just always love seeing the op come out, or even if they're not op, just the Jet knives. Even if the op doesn't come out, but it generally does come out. I mean, come on, this is high level gameplay. You're gonna see an op at some point, but
100%.
A Jet, a chamber, the Killjoy comes out. I really want to see if there's any lineups, but nothing too crazy from this. This is your pretty stereotypical lineup comp. A few different agents for whatever teams are more comfortable with it. So really, Sam, it's just gonna come down to, maybe another boxing match like we saw the first time around.
They were exchanging blows one after another. Says it was one team was winning, then the other team tied it. They pulled forward, then it was back and forth until obviously Apollo was able to take the lead, and unfortunately they had to forfeit. It does happen. So SFU now up 1 in this series. So we head into our pistol round, our first round of this matchup on Ascent. So we have Apollo on the defense. SFU Esports are going to be the one to attack. Spike is over there on A.
Or mid on the defensive side of things. That's actually insane. And we see they've got pure B main control. They know the rotate is coming over, but it might just be a little too late because now they completely free A side.
Ooh, and Molly to put Artada
Spike
and keep
plant.
them safe. Double Jet picks. But Artada is going to go down from a quick headshot from Jahoon. Darian hiding in the corner, trying to make sure that this spike is protected. And Mitchell is going to be the robo defender of the ages. Now, Apollo, they're looking for options. They're looking for choices here. Puppy is marked, and that's going to be huge for the push. The information for SFU Esports. They have the recon shot, but Darian just holding in there. Crown swings back around Jahoon with a headshot to close things up. The defuse has to happen. And a third pick from Jahoon takes out Mitchell. And there you have it. Apollo is going to take our first round.
Pretty standard take there, if you ask me. Nothing really insane there. They called the rotate early on B. They funneled over, and just like that, 1 round down. Jahoon 3 kills, fragging out on the KO. And Rux, I really wanted to mention on Fade. Fade is one of those agents newly added into the game. So good for that initiating. So good for playing so much time that we saw the mark come down on Heaven. She is such a viable option. I'm so happy to be seeing her played here. So going into the second round, see what happens here as they're funneling over to the A side of the bomb.
SFU Esports, they do love this A site push, but it looks like they're rotating through their spawn to go back to B. Did see and being held off for just a second here. Apollo is looking at this. Oh, what is that Marshall kill from Artada? Jahoon swings over. Let's see Artada get a second one. A headshot on Jahoon. And that is going to be 2 picks for SFU. They try to go and they try to be bold to pick up the spike, but unfortunately Glow was watching it for them, and they're going to keep that safe. Double smokes to try and throw SFU off the back burner. Rux is going to use that Spectre to great effect. Pick off Glow. Molly to push them on the back burner. Ty now down to 20 HP. Crown still looking for it. Flashbang, not going to find anything, but they're still holding a knife, but they're just out of range of it. Now the spike is finally going to be planted.
Spike
SFU
planted.
Esports 2 to 3. They're going to push onto site. One bang. Oh, but Mitchell
Last player standing.
gets taken out. Rux finishes it off though with a quick classic headshot. And attackers. Oh wait, was that some tactical crouching I saw this is?
Okay, all right there. Yeah, we're gonna say is we're just gonna move on from that. Let's see if we go back to that one there. A little bit of DM going on between the two teams. Healthy banter in a game like Valorant. But now, look at this. Look at the economy situation.
Thanks.
SFU is broke. They are completely broke after that one. We see 3 shorties coming out. And okay, I didn't know this was Fortnite. A lot of shotguns. Just kidding, but about to start. If they win this, I'd be surprised.
I would be surprised as well. One agent suppressed, and that is going to be Crown, who not only is he suppressed, he's dead. So that defense is going to be a little bit rough for SFU Esports now that they're down to another pick on the side of Apollo, and they're having a little bit more. It's like you said, they have the weapons advantage, the econ advantage, and they're gonna play carefully here for Apollo. Apollo looking for their options. Glow with a shorty. Oh, holding strong. It's 2. Jahoon and Glow. They use that dash to back right out. It's a 2v3. Oh, but you're going in on Abe. They were waiting for you here. Apollo up 2 now.
Landed the shot perfectly, but unfortunately it is a shorty. Not a lot of range, so Apollo get another one on the board. Only lost 2 rifles. It looks like we'll see what Artada does. Maybe even decides to pop the daggers a little bit earlier. It's not a bad option, but nonetheless, SFU, they've got their guns, they got the rifles, they got a few picks. Now we see the reset come in. Of course, they're putting Ty on the A site. It's pretty standard. Puppy's playing that B side. Maybe not, actually. Puppy's going to be doing a solo lineup from their spawn.
Get out of my way.
That is interesting. So let's see how this is going to work to their advantage. Apollo going with the strong A push, but abandoning that with the spike to try and go in through mid. Artada does have their blade storm. Gonna rotate around through mid. Gonna be safe for the moment. Push through smoke. Jahoon is gonna use that flashbang. Now would be the time. Whereas we wait here, see who's gonna do it. Artada has the dash up. It's now or never, especially since Jahoon has that flashbang in their hand. It's the perfect moment for the— oh, you look up in the air, distracted for just 1 second, and Artada takes you out into the cleaners.
The timing of Valorant is so impeccable sometimes. Their Artada is good for 1. They did decide to use those knives, but it was a right click, so they don't have any left click. Guess what? They picked up the rifle, just lurking in this smoke, waiting to see if anyone will push out for SFU. But we see everyone funneled over to the B side, and SFU, they are not going to be able to catch this. No one's home. The closest they have is Crown, who CT realizes they're there, but the site has
30
been
seconds left.
Now that they're going through mid, this could give Artada a chance here to get 1 pick. It's going wide, gets 1, gets traded out from Glow.
Spike
And now
planted.
it's a 3v4. Crown is low on health, so low, only 10 HP left. They need to make this push onto Apollo now. They have the spike planted. Trying to figure it out. Location revealed from Haunt, but Glow is going to be the one to take advantage of this from Ty. Darian hiding inside of their smokes, waiting for someone to go through.
One
A
enemy
quick
remaining.
suppression. And that's going to be the information that Darian needs to just swing back through. The smokes are done, and they take him out. Rux cleaning it up. And Apollo, 3-1.
Not much you can do there on that retake. Both players from SFU are a combined 18 HP. Good luck trying to get that one. Of course, Darian just waiting patiently in the B main. Well executed there. So now,
Placing
SFU
sentry.
on another buy round in this situation. We see A lot of sheriffs coming out against rifles. It's about as good as you can hope for, but so far it's been Apollo that's really been kind of showing off this game with the rotations, the early calls, showing pressure, getting a pick, and rotating off the others. Right, pretty standard so far, and it's working. This basic fundamental
Face
gameplay,
your
calling,
fear!
rotating, leaving, it's working. We see the ultimates come out though.
Ultimates come out. That's going to be the push that each team is going to want to make from this. Abe on the back burner, hit with the flashbang. Glow comes in, finds a knife, kill. But not before Jahoon takes a quick bullet. Artada, quick swing, shows Crown. The business end of this Phantom. Spike has been planted, and now begins the retake. SFU. Let's see if they're able to do it.
Very awkward situation to be in. You do have those jet knives, but Artada, good for another one. Both players now on the retake. B main, Glow has the knives. Really got to get something. Poppy will fall. But they didn't realize the third is there. Wait a second, Glow. Oh, so close on that spray chance. We couldn't get it to go. Good for one, good for none, because now it's 4-1.
Apollo, where we sort of had Sizz in Haven, this back and forth. Apollo wants to show their dominance now. They need to get back that point they forfeited on accident and show that they are still a dominant force. And look at that, Sizz, something that you were hoping for, an up on Jet, on Glow. Let's see if they can hit those shots.
Gonna really have to hit those shots, because if you're SFU, you need something. You have woken up a sleeping beast. Well, I don't even know if they were sleeping, because they didn't take the last series, but you fueled their fire and missed a shot. You gotta get that. You gotta get that off your Glow.
That is super unfortunate. Now an op has just been left on the field. You can give that to someone like Artada, who are going to be able to benefit from that so massively. We saw them use the tour de force in the last round, and that's going to be huge. The tether to keep them down on the ground, but hey, good picks there from SFU Esports. Good swings from both sides. They both engage in on that, and Artada comes up from behind, takes out ties 2-2. SFU Esports versus Apollo, but the ringer and the person that you don't want to be on the field right now, Artada on that jet could be scary. Let's see what Puppy's going to be able to do. Throws out the recon bolt.
V2 situation. He does have that Odin. He can spray if you want to through this wall bangle position.
Darian teleported.
Oh, that TP was, he canceled it out though. The time is ticking down. They're funneling out of heaven. I think they know what's hell, but look at the flank from Artada straight through tree room in heaven. No one expected it. Crown left in such a bad spot. Time is ticking down. He knows that they're heaven, but the smoke comes in. Has to make a play on the bomb now. Time is ticking. Can't find that kill though. Crown, you're trying your best. It's just nothing you can do.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to elect to give up on this save. The weapons that they have, the economy is important here. And Apollo, I believe, has recognized that as well, as they need to get out before. Oh, they come up, get killed though! They were too greedy and they wanted to wait around to make sure that Crown wasn't able to take that. But hey, you know what? You're up 5. You lose your weapons though, so that's gonna be a little ding on the economy, but not too bad. They are looking flush with cash right now.
Little ding, maybe a little pocket change, because like I said, economy, it's pretty solid right now. I think even if they would have lived, they would have been close to maxing out anyways, so nothing too dangerous. And on Crown, the best thing you got from that was saving a rifle, which that's good, but it's not great. Right now, they are setting up towards that A site. There's 4 people on that A site. The stack coming in. I like to see that though. I want to see that from SFU.
Let's play.
Apollo. They 2 ultimates, 2 high value ultimates, Blade Storm and Tour de Force from Apollo to push in on A side. No regrets, no fear. Abe throws down the rendezvous and they want to find someone. Try to catch someone out in mid. But no one is going to be hiding over there. Apollo, pretty much uncontested. There are 3 members of SFU Esports, but that smoke's going to slow them down for just a split second here. Artemis taking the other side to try and get that crossfire on to anyone who is bold enough to step through those smokes. But SFU, they are playing the patient game, and Apollo are now beginning to rotate through mid onto B. Darian looking for anyone, anything possible. But it's not going to be happening. Glow is going to hold this, but all they have is Classic in their hand, so luck has to be on their side. Information is detected now. That is the push that Apollo's going to make. And it's just a pistol. No shots detected. Puppy, though, has that Spectre. Now gonna get 1 kill for it. They're going to be taking out themselves.
What? Artada, hello, you're not human. You're
30
not
seconds
human.
left.
You're a program bot fulfilling your coding. What is that? No,
We have sentient AI Artada.
You
ready
can't tell
to-
me. You can't tell me
Spike
that you
planted.
decide with your knives out, your jet knives, straight to that. Shoot one through the smoke. But either way, he did it. He did it. The round is still playing on. I can't keep being an all because now it's a 2v4 retake situation. They have two ults. They're on an eco
Oh
end.
my god, a double kill with the
Okay.
Twitter force.
Okay.
One shot, 2 kills. What?
Sure. Honestly, sure. Why not? You know, Artada, you already made that round incredible. And then Abe said, oh, wait, hold on. Let me get on the highlight reel. Yeah, okay. Apollo, nice.
I gotta be put on the Twitch clips real quick. Hold on, mom and dad, get the camera. That was insane way to close out that round. And now here we are, 6-1 Apollo. They are clawing hard. And SFU Esports, they are down bad right now. They have an economy to bring out some weapons, but they've been on the back foot this entire time, pretty much this entire matchup against Apollo here. And Apollo has just been so destructive, so deadly. Glow dashes in, throws down the smoke. They were blinded, so that's going to put that on the back burner for now. And hey, guess what? Apollo knows where you are. They have that information. So you got to rethink that situation here.
Look at June's pushed up so far. What a shot! What a second shot from spray transfer. Beautiful from Jay. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay in this 5v3. I think now realizes, okay, you know, don't want to get too overcommitted, but look at the control of the max. They have so much pressure at mid, and Jaehoon gets the third one. Can't get the fourth one though, but so much worth there from Jaehoon.
So much worth indeed. Hey, 3 for 1. Those are stonks rising, Sizz. If any I've ever seen. That was intense. Oh, Rux swings around the corner, finds Puppy. Good crosshair discipline, and gets a headshot as the spike is now planted. 3-2. Crown goes in on point, teleports right there. You gotta go fast. Oh, right on there, but good ways to hold on. Rux hits the headshot, and Apollo is now even this back up. Crown so low on health. Abe gets one of their own headshots, gets 2. And now all they need to do is get that spike defused.
Get that spike defused. They had a little bit of trouble finding it, but now Crown is gonna get it. I think that will be a pretty easy defuse for Crown. But now, finally, SFU, after a lot of highlight plays from Apollo, have got a round under their belt. And you know, I was kind of wondering to myself, Sam, you know, maybe obviously a forfeit win is great because you get a win, but I don't know if it's great for them because it just has completely changed this Apollo team into even a more of a beast, more of a monster the way they've been playing. It's just fueled their fire to an impenetrable wall right now. But finally, SFU broke through. Can they keep it going though? Because it's still 6-2, or 5-2. No, 6-2. I can read. I got it.
It's hard sometimes with the whole white on white font, you know. Valorant gotta intense riot. Anyways, Apollo going in through this B elbow straight on the point. B short, no flanking, no showing anything here. They are going to take that round loss very personally. Swarm onto site. No one from SFU to try and stop that. Now Abe can be the one to hold it there. Crown gets picked, but Abe claps back, goes around that corner, gets the headshot kill. Still though, Jaehoon swings around with help from their teammates, and that's going to be trading it out. And the ultimate is going to keep Jaehoon in this game. But hey, SFU Esports, this is immaculate performance from them so far as they swing onto point, they onto site. Guess what? Another kill and a defuse.
This is 2 rounds in a row now where Apollo have pretty much taken the site basically for free, and SFU said, sure, have it, because our retake is better than yours. Our retake is perfected right now, because that is twice now, Sam, that is like incredibly similar, eerily similar to just giving up the site. Yeah, sure, why not take the site and we'll just retake it. And Apollo, they've not been able to hold it twice in a row now, so SFU, they found a little bit of magic. I won't say they found it yet because they're still down, but they're definitely getting some good work in.
Absolutely. Hopefully they are able to keep this momentum going. Maybe it just took a little bit of time for them to find their footing here on this new map of Ascent where Haven was so strong for them. 2 hostiles detected. Darian now suppressed, and guess what? SFU Esports has that sweet, juicy knowledge of where you want to be. Prowler has expired, not going to get anything from Rux. That's going to put that initiation a little bit on the back burner, especially with these smokes in such an awkward position holding there. Going to give you a little bit of a peek through the doorway, so It's expired. Now they can get to start their push. Stalled out though is each team wants to play it carefully.
Going out.
Re-smoke A main, the Killjoy Swarm. They saw Artata on the map. Artata's still gonna push through. Wait a second, my goodness, that aggression is not gonna pay off for you. Ty picks up. They're still going through. Rox has to pull 3 different angles, trying to go through the door. Mitch is gonna get the timing on one. Rox gets another one. Glow from heaven
Spike
picks
down
up.
A.
Now it is a 3v2, 2v2. A is good for another one. The tree door getting broken through, but now the time goes a little bit more neutral. Both teams trying to recuperate here.
Bringing through mid, Abe and Crown is gonna be the duel of the ages. Crown hits that quick
30 seconds
headshot
left.
kill. Abe not checking around. They were looking at the wrong place at the wrong time. It's the 2v1. The spike isn't even planted yet, Sis. They haven't even gotten it yet.
Last player
Looks like it's
standing.
supposed to be a quick closeout from Rux. Just finish this off. But they have to do it. They had to pick up that
10
spike.
seconds left.
Have it. They need to plant it. This could be where Crown is going to take advantage of that. Move in. It's the tele. Goes right through. Spike is initiated. Now Crown is going to be in an awkward position as they had to push on point. Oh, but they miss. Looks just in the wrong place. Goes in. Rux gets that 3rd kill. And of course, a little tactical crouch for supremacy.
Or supremacy, feeling it right after you deserve it after that play. But it's a few times now. I feel like we've seen this several times in the series where it's come down to such a close situation, maybe a 1v1 or a 1v2, and Apollo closes it out. That has been the difference here. That's why SFU consistently in this series and the last series is playing from behind. They haven't been able to close out these rounds, and you only have so many rounds that you can give up, so many of those freebies that you can drop.
You want to play? Let's play.
You're facing a 7-3. Your economy's not that good. See what happens here.
No glove, pop that blaze storm. No fear. Throws a couple out, but they're gonna be misses. Gonna be whiffs, and that blind. Gonna put them on the back burner. Artata gets 1 kick on the Dragoon. Oh, swings around, finds a lot, but Ty is gonna be the one to clap back on that too. Crown, the only one up for SFU Esports, and Apollo quickly hightails it over to B side. Get that plant. The tour de force, making sure that it's safe. Of course, you don't want to make any chances. No chances that need to be taken to secure this 8th or this next victory for Apollo.
No reason to rush. It is still 2v1. That first shot is crucial. Crown.
One enemy
The
remaining.
timing, the perfect timing, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know where Rux is. So slowly easing out onto that side. Rux holding that angle. He's got that information that he needs. Doesn't know which side that he's on though. Oh wait, I love this play. You think he takes it to A? Oh, the mind games from this player.
That's all Valorant is. Crown, if you
seconds
just
left.
go a little bit to the right, you can get that information. Oh, the timing, Sis! The timing looks away at just the wrong moment. That gives Ruggs the chance to walk right on through onto A point, completely uncontested. And now I'm feeling deja vu as we have the spike planted on A, and
10
it's Rux v
seconds left.
Crown.
I love that we could just sit here and watch this happen. They don't know what's happening at all, but they're gonna rewatch this VOD, I assume, and they're gonna see that and be like, wow. But nonetheless, Crown rushing into heaven. I think Rux heard the steps. Maybe not actually. Holding both those angles. This is a good position. It's really gonna come down to that initial 1-point Crown. Check the corner, Crown. Check the corner.
Gotta check your corners there, buddy. That is
Last
unfortunate.
round
It
before
looks
the
like they
switch.
did want to do that, but they just checked the wrong one. Sis, we are now in the last round before the swap. We are here at halftime point, 8-3. Apollo so dominant and so in the lead here with a couple of clutch wins from Ruck, who have been the past 2 rounds have been carried on their shoulders.
That's crazy. Check your corners. If you're rewatching this VOD, managers, coaches, if you're watching right now, tell your players to check their corners. I mean, come on now. We've said this so many times. It's just a broken record right now. Speaking of a broken record, break my train of thought because there was so much utility that just got dumped by Puppy down B main to completely stave off those players.
And there it is. Yeah, they push off, make right on over, rotate to A. They're going to hold out here for a second. I think Apollo doesn't realize as SFU Esports, they're still kind of doggedly holding on to B. Somewhat split onto mid with basically nobody there. Ty is now suppressed and Nightfall to put them in, hide on that corner, give that juicy, sweet information. Smokes in heaven. We're gonna force SFU Esports to push through that, and Artada is gonna get the double kill. Almost a triple, but they need to back off. They are at 13 HP, and the defender Killjoy coming in from SFU, putting Apollo in sort of an awkward position, but Abe and Rux are gonna hold this. SFU Esports is 1v4. Make that a none v4 as Rux closes us out for the third round in a row. We are switching back into pistols.
Possibly 93 curse, 93 curse. SFU fans, that is the thing in Valorant competitive. But nonetheless, that was a great retake setup for SFU. But unfortunately, as soon as they put that lockdown, well, it got locked down. So just like that, Apollo 9-3, nowhere near like the first series. They are just dominating so far. Artada again leading the charge on the top of the scoreboard, 15-9 on that Jet, putting in the work. SFU. They've had moments of promise, but unfortunately, it's been very few and far between. So hopefully, as they switch sides here, they could find their footing. Because if they don't, my goodness.
My goodness, indeed. The back burner for SFU Esports. They need to kick it into overdrive and make the plays happen. So Artada is going to hold this point. They are blinded, but nobody's checking their corners once again. Finally, though, Glow is going to be the one to make that happen. Rux and Artada, two huge picks for SFU Esports. We've seen just how dominant they are on these pistol rounds, however, and that's been proven time and time again. So far, as Apollo, they're pushing in through B mid, has to take down the door, and now Glow knows it there. Put smokes into that little doorway to try and put that and keep that action happening. The frenzy is proving too powerful for Mitchell. They just walk right in. Jahoon not going to be surviving that, but Darian not long for this world. Ty finishes off with a headshot. Now SFU Esports has that fourth round in their pocket, 4-9.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to say that it's impossible on that retake, but it's near improbable. If I've seen the stats of how many times those teams have tried to retake purely through market, it's very difficult, let alone in a 5v3, because SFU just had complete control of the site. They had a person CT, they had a person in main, under market, on site. Well executed from them. So they needed a little booster to get their offense going. They really had to have that booster. Now they've got the Spectres, the Bulldogs here. They're gonna just completely do a 5-man stack to A, and it's something I think is completely fine. You've got the guns, pummel through.
Yeah, just brute force your way in, use your utility to the best that it can, and the door to close them off. Smokes high ground to deny the information as you go right in to hit the plant. And look at that, a quick swarm grenade to make sure they're not able to get in through that little area. And the spike has been planted. They're down one, however, and Apollo has the numbers advantage here. Sure, they have the guns, but hey, weapons? Yeah, Apollo there. On the back burner still, though. It's a 4v4 situation.
I think it really comes down to them just basically winning the gunfights, and Glow dominating that gunfight straight from under hell. Abe looking with this, gets Halo Knife, can't use the headhunter anymore, and just like that, SFU, they had to win the gunfights. They did so 5-9.
5-9. Those gunfights have been so useful. Still, though, Apollo really shines once you're able to get the rifles in their hands, and look at that, Vandals across the board to try and stop this approach from SFU, to try and stop this creep of their round-winning features. It looks like SFU are going to be holding on to their economy as well, maybe play it a little bit safe, try and draw out as much as they possibly can from Apollo. Artada is going to be the one a little bit in the danger zone, having no armor.
It's a dangerous situation to be in. You're really putting a lot of faith in your aim ability. I mean, if anyone's gonna do it, Apollo will do it. But speaking of aim, can't beat out that frenzy by Puppy. A dangerous whiff. Glow gets the other one back sight. Now they have full control. Artada is just running it down, trying to get one. Did so. Mitchell comes in, trades him out, and maybe get a third.
What
is the third? Hello?
3 from Mitchell. 3! And saves this point. Sis, we said it. We said it. Once you put a rifle in their hands, Apollo is dangerous.
I just saw a bomb site get rushed at by madmen. Apollo just didn't let go of W. Didn't care that they were funneling straight through onto the stairs. Said YOLO. And oh my goodness, like they're a different breed when they have guns. When they get that gun round after that second time, they're just I don't know. The execution is perfect, and SFU, all of that momentum they built from those first 2 rounds just kind of crumbled.
Oof, crumbling indeed. This is where the cracks start appearing more and more as SFU needs to stop this leak. Artada takes the high ground perspective, takes this mid perspective, gets 1 for 1. Artada taken out by Glow, but not before Jahoon is also off the field, so there's going to be 1 initiator down. Put SFU onto the back burner as Rux shows it that they are powerful. This Guardian, Darian beginning their push through, seeking out anyone that they possibly can. Quick wall bang, however. Ty gets the headshot. Darian gone, spike planted. B site needs to be assaulted. It is a 3v2, and SFU, they're the ones down. They just gotta wait as Ty uses their ultimate to deny space, try to draw this out as long as they can.
And we see the wall bang coming in, Apollo trying to knock that out, just unable to do so, but that might just not last as long as they like, because now Rux coming out. They gotta shoot that recon. The wall bang's coming out. Rux 50 HP in a dream. Does stay alive. Ty left alone. Takes out mid. The reload. Both players jumping down on Puppy. Has to be good for 1. Does so. The reload. The reload. The reload.
The reload is just too much sometimes. You are able to do it, and so close. If just a couple of seconds more is all that SFU needed for that spike to go off. But Apollo was able to seal the deal with kind of a back-to-back reload situation. It was poor communications happening there, but you had to have it. They had to swing around. They had to get the headshots when they were presenting themselves. Puppy was able to do that, but it was like we said, when your gun runs out of the bullets, that is the moment to push, and Apollo capitalized on that almost immediately. Now the economy, it's in shambles, Sis, for SFU.
In shambles, unfortunately, this match is going to be over for them if they really don't take this round, because they're going to be on match point on this rifle round. Artada pushing out that B main, has dash enabled, gets Puppy, and that's just the standard killer for Artada. We've seen it before.
Oh my word.
Tanks the flash and is good for 1, gets straight out by Jaehoon, but it's a 4v3 with not feasible weapons in your hands if you're SFU.
Yeah, now the smokes are in that archway, preventing the approach into A side as SFU. They're just gonna walk right through it. Quick flash, that's gonna put Mitchell in the back burner, and Ty is gonna be the one to seal 2 kills of their own. It's a 1v2 now, but spike needs to be planted. No armor, 70 HP against, in my opinion, 2 very powerful members of Apollo. We need to see what they want to do here. The swarm grenade down on the field. Keep that eyes onto heaven. Darian with a wall bang, closing it out. Good angles from there. We are on a match point for Apollo.
Match point, and I can't say that I'm too surprised the way this has been going on. Apollo looking pretty solid so far, and we see SFU. They've got 2 Spectres, a Phantom with light armor, there's another Spectre, and another Spectre, so they're really going to have to tap into this run and gun and see if they are going to be able to get one off of Apollo. They are leaning towards that B site, and the way this has been going, Abe has the Tor B-Force. Going to be holding this, maybe good for 1. He's got the peek, and just like that, that's all you need.
That is all you need indeed. A quick trade from Darian and Glow. Throwing out those knives. Get the headshot kill. 2 headshot kills onto Artada. I didn't even get to see that second one there. But now the push begins. Ty is on that point. The nightfall hits Puppy, but it's not going to deter them from being able to secure 1 onto Rux. Now it's the 1v1 Mitchell versus Ty. Ringers trying to go into each other, punch each other in the face. Oh, Mitchell misses the shots, and now Ty knows exactly where they are. The molly onto point. Mitchell had the high ground, and that is going to be the win for Apollo, bringing this series 1-1, Sis.
1-1, and Apollo
defenders win.
Wave of revenge right now, trying to take it back. They wanted this series to be over with. They dominated in this second round, so now, I mean, take a step back, stretch, relax if you're SFU, because you really got to figure out a game plan, or Apollo's about to take this one out of your hands.
Yeah, that's speaking of what Apollo just showed us there. they had such dominating spirits where I guess Haven was kind of a warm up for them, honestly. They were getting the engines revving. They were waiting to really unleash the beast here on Ascent. And that is exactly what they did. That was insane gameplay from Apollo. Still, though, the SFU Esports, they have a chance to bring this back. We are 1-1 in this series.
Yeah, I think a few of the players started to leave because I thought it was over, but remember, there was a forfeit, so don't go anywhere, friends. We still got gameplay going on, and the next match, well, I'm not going to say the map yet, so we can keep you guessing, but yeah, that was just pure domination. Artada, again, top of the leaderboards. Glow, top of the leaderboard. Both Jets leading the way for their teams, but it was Apollo still. I mean, if you look at, I'm looking at this scoreboard, Sam, I know that the audience can't see it, but it looked kind of even, except towards that bottom line. But the scoreboard just doesn't reflect how that really went, in my opinion.
No, it didn't. I mean, it was kind of a reversal of what we saw on Haven too, where Crown was really dominating. They were doing really good, but then it just kind of fell apart here, and the holes were plugged in by the rest of the members from SFU. And of course, Artada still topping those meters, still showing that they are something to be reckoned with. Doesn't matter if they're on Jet, doesn't matter if they're on Chamber. You are something that you have to watch out for.
Yeah, and a little bit confused going on with what happened, Sam. But I think SFU, they just realized that they didn't like what happened with Apollo. Even after the forfeit, they have given it up, it seems. So I guess Apollo
Well, there you go.
is taking a 2-0 win. I am so sorry to the audience for confusing you this much, but it does appear that... I don't think I've ever seen this, Sam. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever seen this situation erupt in any of my time casting.
I don't think I've seen this either. They have just decided that, yeah, we will take this L, and Apollo is going to be the ones coming out on top. Everybody. So congratulations to them. But just to make sure, yeah, it seems like we're getting confirmation, but I do think that they are going to be the ones to win this out. I mean, we are seeing that they have all left anyways. So
I mean, the way this has been going on anyway, those sound like, what a way to start off, right? What a way to start off the summer elite season, to see these players come in. These teams are so good. Like, I mean, I wasn't sure what I was expecting coming into this. I was like, I wonder how good these players are, what level of talent, and I think they more than delivered. I've been thoroughly entertained to start off the season strong. Sam, it's a pleasure watching it, a pleasure watching these players. You know, all the highlights, checking the corners, all of that was a great way to start the season.
I agree. This is the moments where they're going to be coming back over to these VODs, and the coaches are going to be pointing with their point pen, whatever, and they're going to be like, corners, 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 corners.
And more corners.
Yeah, that is the takeaway here. We got to check the corners, guys. Got to bring it back. Got to breathe.
Obviously, that's not the entirety. We like to make our jokes here. Obviously, there is room for improvement, but I mean, both teams, I think, look pretty impressive going on. I think I could see
Absolutely.
both teams. I could see both teams in the playoffs at the end of the season. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Early prediction, maybe a bold prediction. Who knows? You know, but I still think they're contacting the Adam and Sam, so we can't confirm that 2-0 win yet by Apollo. We've tried, but it's not quite able to do so yet.
Yeah, super unfortunate. But anyways, as we're continuing to talk about this, but it's like you said, both teams played so well. And I guess as they start to move forward into this league, and make sure not to pause. Okay, yes, okay, we are giving confirmation. We are giving it to Apollo. Confirmed this time.
Let's go.
100%. Apollo is your winner. They have won 2-0. Listen, guys, it was back and forth. First it was 1-0, then now it's 1-1, now it's 2-0. Apollo is the winners here. They are taking this first win here for the GG Leagues, Valorant Summer Elite Leagues.
Lead change after lead change, and I guess series lead change after series lead change. But finally, we have that confirmation, Sam. So Apollo taking that 2-0. They're feeling pretty fine after today's series. And SFU, they're going to be going into those coaching sessions, those replay reviews, and looking to see what they can do better. But all right, 2-0 Apollo. They look well. They look strong. And finally, that does wrap it up here. Sam, pleasure casting with you. Pleasure here. And of course, shout out to our producers and our observers. They did a fantastic job. Obviously, you guys hear us on the mic, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes doing those stuff. They're so good at what they do.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for the amazing production team here who were able to make this happen, you wouldn't be seeing any of this, guys. So big kudos to our observers, our production staff, Rhino, Vod, Braku, and Nathan. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. And of course, Sis, it was a great time casting with you, and I'm looking forward to doing the rest of the league with you, my friend.
Yeah, I was just saying, we got plenty more action. This isn't the end. This is just the beginning. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Stay safe tonight. Have a great night, and we'll be seeing you next week here for Valorant.